Hey y'all, it's Elizabeth Weimeler, and I am coming at you with your December 2022 insights, astro forecasts, predictions for all 12 signs, kind of give you a heads up of what's coming over the next month and what you can expect for each of your signs. So let's just jump in and get started. But actually, before we do, you should like and follow this channel so that you get more of these every month. I do them every month. Like and follow my social media. Below, I will let you know which ones I have. And to like and follow them at Mind Soul Journey. I have Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. I'm not very good at posting on that though. So just heads up on that one. But the other thing that you should do is get my newsletter, because it's where you're going to get all the details, all the information, everything going on. It comes out every month. It goes straight to your inbox and it's free. So use the link below to sign up for the newsletter and stay in touch with everything going on. So December 2022, whew, we made it through the year, guys. It's December of 2022. Who knew? It has gone so fast. Last month of the year, don't let that fool you. We do have a bit of movement going on this month, leading up to some big shifts next month in January of 2023. So we're going to start the month off. We have Mars retrograde up in Taurus. And side note, I do use the sidereal system of Vedic astrology. So just keep that in mind. It's a little different than tropical. And, so sidereal Vedic astrology. Mars retrograde up in Taurus, which is, I am pointing to a chart you can't see, but it's up here, charts in my head. So just enjoy that. And it is in opposition down here. So they're sending their energy to each other. We have Mercury, the Sun, and Venus down in the sign of Scorpio. They have been affecting each other via wide orbs. That just says they're not super close in degrees since mid-November, but now they're in a really tight orb this end of, today, tomorrow, December 2nd. So on the positive side, this energy that they're sending back and forth can bring ambition, creativity, determination, but there is a potential negative side to it. So it can result in excess emotions. It can result in anger, which the flip side of anger is there can be a little passion, which can be good and have its downside. And there can also be this potential for violent acts. So it can indicate as well seismic activity or intense storms during this period. And we've already seen events of this nature that have occurred recently or are currently happening. So, we've seen the continuation of the protests in Iran. We've seen the protests in China over the lockdowns and the zero COVID policy. We've seen the eruption of the Hawaiian volcano, Mauna Loa. And we've seen earthquakes outside of Taiwan, as well as the Philippines, just to name a few. So we've seen these events. We've seen what this interaction is doing. With this Mars and Mercury in opposition through December 2nd, so that's Friday, December 2nd, just keep in mind, it's going to be important to really think before speaking. Mercury is the planet of communication. Mars can be the planet of both passion and anger, so it has both sides. So really, take a breath, calm down. If you find yourself frustrated, it can be more effective to step away and calm down before having the discussion or continuing the conversation with somebody that you may later come to regret. The other thing to keep in mind through December 2nd is that Mercury is the planet of travel. So Mars is the planet of accidents. So just be cautious while driving, please, because there is potential for more passive-aggressive driving, not even passive-aggressive, just more aggressive driving, and people getting frustrated and more accident potential. So just keep that in mind as you are on the roads and take your time. Leave extra time to get places. The bright note is Jupiter is now moving forward again after 4 months retrograde. So it's stationed direct on November 23rd, the day before Thanksgiving here in the States where I live. And this energy shift it's going to really start to allow us to begin to feel more optimistic. Jupiter is the planet of optimism, opportunity, abundance, and social engagements. It can also bring with it a new sense of purpose and focus and desire to achieve our goals. So the one thing to watch, though, is with this added optimism that Jupiter is going to bring, we're going to have to watch our budgets. We're going to have to watch not overspending during the holiday season. And that's something that we could be prone to out of that renewed sense of hope. Mercury is going to transit into, so it's currently in Scorpio, it's going to transit into Sagittarius late in the day on December 2nd. And this is a time when people can be more direct, people can have more energy and a positive attitude. There can be this desire to stand up for their beliefs. Well, it's a time they can be very honest, be sure you're going to considering others' feelings and those involved so that, just take the time, think through so that when you deliver that honest feedback, you don't piss somebody off in the process. Now, they may not love you, but it can be delivered in a way that is really beneficial and they hear it. So just consider first that, it may be worth softening the feedback or waiting till another time to deliver it all together. Venus is going to follow Mercury a few days later on December 5th and transit into Sagittarius. It will stay in Sagittarius until December 29th. So Venus and Sagittarius can be a time when we're more focused on the bright, positive side of life. It can be a time where we're more visionary, more artistic. There is a need to be cautious, though, as Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is more expansive, and Venus may be prone to overindulging. So over the holidays, just be aware, don't go overboard on sweets and sugar, alcohol, or even overspending. Just keep in mind, I'm not saying don't enjoy all of it, but just keep it in mind and keep it in moderation. Sun's going to follow those two because Venus, Mercury, and the Sun are never too far apart. Venus is going to transit into Sagittarius on December 15th, late in the day. So it's going to be in Sagittarius until January 14th of 2023, that month transit. That's how you get your sun sign. I know slightly different than what most people are used to in tropical. Remember, sidereal. So it's about a month behind, a few days behind. Sun in Sagittarius can bring a desire for freedom. It can bring a focus on our beliefs. It's especially true since we have two other planets in Sagittarius as well, with the Sun, with Mercury and Venus there. It can be a time when someone, some are too optimistic. So it's going to be really good to keep reality in check. I will say this has helped. Jupiter is in the lunar mansion ruled by Saturn. So Jupiter is keeping things a little more grounded right now with that energy of Saturn playing in. The big thing at the end of December, on December 29th, Mercury is going to go retrograde, everybody's favorite. But it's going to spend the majority of its retrograde cycle in Sagittarius. So December 27th, it moves into Capricorn. And then on the 29th, it retrogrades and moves back into Sagittarius. So keep this in mind. It's going to indicate that throughout 2023, Mercury is going to be retrograding in fire signs, which brings its own energy as well. So this year it had retrograded in earth signs. So now we're moving on to the fire signs. Every year it retrogrades in different energy signs. So with this retrograde in Sagittarius, it's going to be a time to reflect on our ideas and a time when we find ourselves reevaluating our beliefs and what we think about things. It can mean a shift in how we see the world. Always leave extra time for traveling. Don't be surprised if there are delays and setbacks in the travel industry. Be sure that when you're communicating, you're checking for understanding and you're making sure communication is clear on all sides. It's, when Mercury's retrograde, some things can get a little confused, a little unclear. So just check for understanding, make sure everyone's on the same page before just running off and doing things. Overall, as a friendly reminder, retrogrades, is really a time to review, reassess, revise. Anything we're working around that time of retrograde station may not be completed. It may be delayed till that retrograde completes. So really that retrograde is asking us to take a look at, whatever it is we're working on and spend time reviewing it, revising it, contemplating it, adjusting it as necessary, reassessing it. A lot of the RE words, think retrograde, RE, reassess, reset, readjust. Love it. So the good news is once the planet goes direct, it's when things will begin to move forward again. And Mercury is going to go direct on January. It's going to go, just give me 1 minute. It's going to go direct on January 18th. So thank you for pausing with me. Totally spaced on that this morning. But it's going to go, so December 29th to January 18th. The other thing is, heads up, Mars will be going direct as well in January on January 12th. So, maybe don't set New Year's goals at the beginning of the year because they're just going to be delayed and you're just going to be frustrated. And, it's just not a time to start stuff. Maybe wait and start your New Year's goals February 1st when these planets aren't retrograde anymore, or, January 20th or whatever. Just know that they could be delayed and it's going to be, a slower start to 2023 because we have two of the key planets retrograde, Mars and Mercury. I do want to give a heads up, and there's going to be more information coming on this in my January newsletter and a separate article, but Saturn is going to be moving signs. It's going to be moving into the sign of Aquarius on January 17th of 2023, where it'll spend 2.5 years. It's going to be really a time while Saturn's in Aquarius to focus on social duty and service, and it's a major shift from Saturn being in Capricorn. So we did get a taste of this from end of April 2022 through middle of July of 2022. So think back to that period, and that's a little bit of what we're going to see. It was kind of that movie sneak preview for Saturn in Aquarius. So again, I'll give more insights in January. But I know what you're really looking forward to is your sign predictions for this month. Remember, you can look either for your ascendant or your moon sign, if you don't know your ascendant. Or both, because I like to say that both is going to give you that general sense of what to expect in the month of December. As always, just remember your journey is unique to you, and it's always important to talk to your professional astrologer to get a deeper and more specific insights into what to expect in your own life. And to do that, you can reach out to me, elizabethweimiller.com/contact. Had a total brain pinch off. So do that. I'll also put a link below in this video for both the free newsletter and where to find me to book your personal blueprint reading, consultation. So let's go. Aries, a trip or getaway can give you that really much needed break and reset that you've been looking for. You can find that, your view of situations changing as new information becomes available that makes you really rethink your current stance. It's going to give that fresh perspective, and it's going to be a breath of fresh air you didn't realize you were looking for. You are still in a period where it is important to pay attention to the words coming out of your mouth. While you can be direct, others can perceive you as being harsh. So don't hesitate to go with the flow if you get invitations to events or to do things fun. Taurus, this can be a month where you find your immune system running on empty. Take extra caution as you can be prone to getting sick more easily. This can include, the precautions can be getting enough sleep, taking your vitamins, eating healthy, getting fresh air and exercise. When others come to you with the ideas, be sure that you actively listen to them. Don't just dismiss them off the bat. It can, for you, be a month where there's more tension in your relationship. So be thoughtful and don't make any rash decisions that you're going to later come to regret. Gemini, you could feel more pressure with your partner as they can come across as more demanding this month. I'm not going to recommend pushing back if it's little things. Just let them go. Let it go this month, deal with it later, unless it's a really big issue, and then do it in a way that, you have that clarity and understanding, or do it before December 29th when Mercury goes retrograde. For you, Gemini, it's going to be really helpful to find that lighter side of life. So enjoy a good laugh. It's going to help you relieve some stress, lighten your mood. It can be a really good time to plan travel for the future, which is going to give you something to look forward to. And you're still in this period right now where it's really important to focus on your finances and stick to your budget. Tempting as it may be to splurge, don't, especially with all the other energy going on. But it's especially strong for you, Gemini. Cancer, it's really a time to focus, for you to focus on self-care. Your health should be your number one focus this month. Take that time, exercise, get fresh air, even if it's cold fresh air for those of us up in the Northern Hemisphere. You can enjoy all the tasty foods that are going to be, around. It's going to be important that you're making sure you're getting the healthy, nutrient-rich food, and your body is going to thank you later. You could find that at work, your boss is more demanding over the next month. So put your patience pants on, just know it's coming. And this can be really, on the bright side, offset by the fact that coworkers who you work with can make work more fun and easy. You are in an overall period where opportunities can present themselves. So be sure you stay in the present and really keep your eyes and ears open for those. Leo, you can find yourself with invitations to movies, concerts, or other forms of entertainment. Say yes, enjoy them. For you, dating and going out can be fun, but use caution as you are still in a period where you may not see the reality of the relationship or person you are with. Date, have fun, but don't make any long-term commitments until after March of 2023. I really encourage you to listen to this, but you can find yourself more creative and inspired this month, and you're really in a period that wants you to take action. So be sure you're really showing up fully. Virgo, this could be a month where you see increased expenses as it relates to your home. There could be repairs that need to be made. Don't delay in getting them fixed so they don't grow into a larger issue. For you, spending time with family and friends who, family and friends who have become family, it's going to bring that feeling of warmth and happiness. For you, you're still in this overall lucky period where focusing on your spiritual practice is beneficial to you. Don't just take the time, but make the time to focus on your spiritual growth. So don't make it a chore. It's good for you. Libra, you can feel really overwhelmed at all that needs to get done this month. Take a minute, breathe. Now, go ahead, write that list of all that needs to get done. It's going to relieve your mind to get it out on the paper. So then the key is going to be just focus on getting each item completed. So don't look at the whole list as a whole. Be like, okay, just focus on one item at a time. You're going to be amazed at how quickly you begin to make progress through that list. If you do really need a mental break, which you probably will, it can be good to try acupuncture or get a massage to relax and reset. Your body will thank you for the self-love and time to recoup, I promise. Scorpio, over the next month, it's going to be important to check in on your budget and stick to it. If you have strayed in the last couple of weeks, it can be a really good time to reassess, get back on track, or even make adjustments as needed. So if you're like, hey, I need to adjust this down or adjust this up, do it. There is potential this month for you, Scorpio, of unexpected expenses, although are they really unexpected if you're watching me and now you know? So you're welcome. Just know there could be those. All this said, you do have some potential for a little luck as well when it comes to prosperity, and you're still in this really overall period where you could get into arguments with your partner. So pick your battles wisely and practice patience. So those patience pants, grab them out of the closet and put them on. Sagittarius, this month can really bring with it a feeling of renewed sense of purpose and a higher level of confidence in yourself. You're going to find your ability to communicate is stronger this month. It can be a really good time to expand your knowledge and learn a new skill. And you could find yourself getting into a new exercise program and feeling more motivated and inspired. You're really still in this period of focusing on health and healing. So invest in yourself and your health during this time. It is worth the investment. Capricorn, you could find yourself with the desire to spend time alone to reset and recoup after a busy year. Meditation can be a really great way for you to quiet your mind and gain new insights and clarity. It could be a time where you find past memories could surface. Really allow them to surface and process them fully this time in order to learn from them and release the energy for good. This is going to allow you to make room for new energy, which you want in your life. You can also have this mixed bag this month for sleep. Some nights may be really restful and others completely restless. So just know you may be getting one or both. Aquarius, you can find yourself spending more time with friends over the next month. It can be a time of fun-filled events and connections. You could find that friends could bring you new opportunities, but really make sure they're going to benefit you as well and that they're not just self-serving for your friend. You're going to find yourself more optimistic, and you could see financial gains come to fruition as a result of the focus on your work and career. You're in a really good overall period where you find yourself with excess energy to burn. Focus that excess energy on the goals that you want to achieve moving forward. Pisces, over the next month, you really have this chance to really shine at work and in your career. If you've been looking to change jobs, now can be a great time to apply and interview for new opportunities. You're going to be feeling more confident in yourself and your abilities. Meetings at work will keep you on your toes. Be adaptable and be open to new ideas. You're still in this overall period where it's good to let your creative talent show, whether that be in writing, music, dance, art, athletics, whatever the case may be. Couple friendly reminders. I do use the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So, when you're looking at your sun sign, you can look at your sun sign, but I would really recommend looking at your ascendant and your moon for these. And again, these are broad, high-level descriptions. They don't take into account your chart. So if you really want to know what's happening in your life personally for you, reach out to me, elizabethymiller.com/contact to book your personal blueprint consultation or your yearly update consultation with me. Note the yearly update consultation is if you've already done natal readings with me. If you've not done a natal reading, please, please, please do a natal reading first so that we can see what's going on. With that being said, I want to be the first to wish you a happy December, and I hope that this month goes really well and you enjoy it and spend time with family and just live in the moment, live in the present. And until the new year, I will see you come January 2023. Again, like and follow this video so you get the updates. Get my newsletter, which gets it straight to your inbox, which is even better, and share with your friends. So until then, have a great December, and I will see you guys next month.